Welcome to another CEO Wisdom Pod. We have Muhammed Shabreen with us today, aka Shab. He's a co-founder at Actualize. He's an ex-Google. Today in Dubai, normally in London. I'm in Oaxaca, Mexico, and bookrighttgpt.com is presenting this podcast. If you want to take your LinkedIn post, convert them into a beautiful Kindle book in less than 5 minutes, you can go to bookrighttgpt.com. The first credit is on me. Shab, welcome to the pod. Tell me a bit more about yourself and what you're up to.
Yes, yeah, nice to meet you here, Charles. Myself, Shabreen, we are building a conversational AI. We are essentially an AI platform company. We've been building a lot of AI products in the past, and currently we are working on AI conversational AI, which basically does beyond voice. It has voice, chat, and workflow automation. So I'm heading that team. We are mostly based out in Dubai.
Right. And how did you get into that company? You're an ex-Googler. I saw, I think, a founder institute, right? So what prompted you to
Yeah.
launch that company?
Yes, I mean, entrepreneurship is a journey, right? So I was, before Google, I was working in a startup where, I was one of the earliest member. And that company, we scaled from seed round, Series A and Series B, and then an exit. And yeah, I mean, in my last, I think, 15 years, I worked in a couple of startups. It was quite successful. And then, a lot of large organizations like Nokia Mobile, Stars, and etc. So I always had this interest in me to, build something and, try to see how to scale a product from zero to one. So that and with all the things which is happening in AI, and we had a lot of clear use cases where there were quite a lot of demand for the product that we are building. That's how we decided to start building this since last year. Yeah.
And if we dig back in your past, I believe you're from India, right? You sort of look like you're from UAE. Tell me
Yeah.
about like the move of like going to UAE, London, moving around, and actually stepping out of I believe Bangalore or Chennai, if I read it
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you are right. I mean, I'm originally from south side of India. I worked a couple of years in India in Nokia mobiles when those days where Nokia was there, and the old Nokia days. And then I came to Dubai in, I think, in 2010, 11 or somewhere around that time. I spent about a decade or more than a decade in UAE with various companies, some of them which were government projects, and then I was part of a couple of startups, as I mentioned earlier. One of them was from a seed round all the way to an exit, and then I moved to Google. With Google, I moved to UK to their London office, and yes, that's where I got an opportunity to work on AI within Google. It was a very good, great team that I managed to get started with in Google. And then, yeah, life takes you into different turns, and then I ended up, starting something of my own. Yeah,
Now you've been 11 months in, which is quite a short time, right, in the startup world. But what fires have you extinguished so far? What's in that one?
yeah. See, yeah, that's that's there a lot. It's a very big topic. One of the, I mean, to any founders out there, I mean, I would say one of the major complexity in a product is to identify the product market fitness, right? So, building a product. I mean, I've been an engineer 15, 16 years in my career. I've worked with a lot of engineers. Our team is very strong engineering team. We cherry picked from the teams that we worked in the past. So it's a very, very strong engineering team. Building something wasn't much of a challenge for us in any day in the company. We wanted to build a voice AI platform, ground up stack. We did it. The part always it is challenging is fitness of the product in the market. There is different personas of customers who can which is the persona we can scale. What is the right payment that we can do with all the evolution that is happening? Where should we double down our bet? What this there are a lot of decisions you have to take along the journey in the business decisions, business techno business decisions. That's where it gets more challenging sometimes. And evidently when you're working in large organizations like Google and the likes, you get a lot of data points to take or back up your decisions most of the time. When you are working in a startup, often you don't get a lot of data points within your hand to take a decision or bias your decision. It's more of your founder instinct or your your prediction about a lot of things that is driving many things, right? there are data, but it is not like a data driven projection a strategy that in enterprises we follow. So finding that and placing the product rightly is one of the biggest challenge for any founder, I would say, especially during the AI era.
And you're a product guy. What's your GTM motion like? How well versed are you at sales and driving in leads at your actual website and product?
Yeah, so we are pretty organic at this stage. We are not, we are not funded. We have not raised any fund for this same given fact. I want to have a very strong PMF where I see that, you double down on X amount, then you can scale. So us founders invested the cash in the beginning, and that's how we are building the product. Um, so the GTM, we have leads, we have a lot of inbound inquiries, we have inbound inquiries from some of the largest enterprises in the region because we solve some of the good use cases like local telephony, Arabic voice capabilities. Local telephone integration is something which we only are doing. We own the full stack, so we support on-prem deployment for enterprises. So we have our own specialities in some of the angles with which we are getting a lot of inbound requests from enterprises and the organizations. We are nourishing that. We are making sure that we add a value by onboarding those customers. So we do also qualify the customer before we take up any customer. We see that adding us has any value to your company or not. If we don't see a good upside, we explain to them what is the right thing for you to do. Just don't add a voice because the trend is voice, right? Because if there is no value at this point in time, they will churn after 1 or 2 months. It's not like they will just keep us paying because they like us. So we evaluate, we qualify the products, customers, and then we onboard them. I say in the last 3 months, we've been building in the past, and so in the last 3 months, it's quite good, much better than at an early stage of startup. But as a startup, there are a lot of challenges as always. We are trying to fix it one by one. There are a lot of features. We are never like, one thing we have followed in the past is that we don't want to build a lot of features and write a million line of code and then figure out how to fit that for the customer. So we don't have a lot of capabilities. So when we get the customers, we really assess: do we really need to do it? Should we really build it? Will this be a legacy? Is it one of customers? So do we ask a lot of questions and then we build it? Even after doing all of this success, we are way behind the feature maps. So there are a lot of things that customer wants, which we are building.
And who's your ICP? Who's your ideal customer's persona?
So that's a very tricky question in terms of that is a very tricky question in terms of voice AI company, because it's a horizontal product. It can work with wide range of sectors. So anywhere there are human inbound outbound calls and that frontliner employees that is doing a lot of work, that's where I would say that it's the best place to have a conversation layer. So essentially what we have done is that we didn't build a voice platform. Our platform, what we say is that, and as a human operator, you don't pick up the call and just speak, right? You do work beyond that. You update the CRM, you send an email, you send a WhatsApp location, you do much more actions rather than just talking. So that's the same thesis that we have done, that we create AI agents which can talk, chat, and do workflows. So we have all these three things baked into our platform. Which what does it? It picks up a call, it answers the question. You want to send a location, we send you, or a payment link or whatever it is, we send you in the WhatsApp. We can send a reminder again, and we can go and update the CRM. So it's like an operator which can do. And our go-to-market strategy is that we are creating AI vertical agents like debt collector agent, AI receptionist, AI SDR agents, and the likes.
Right. And is it Middle East mostly or worldwide? And also, are you focused mostly on customer service rather than sales and SDRs?
Yeah, so Middle East mostly. We have customers from UK, and we have one partner we are discussing in US. But most of our customers currently are in Middle East. Our team is also based in Middle East. We have the Arabic language advantage. We don't have a very strict annotation on customer service industry as such. Like we have customers from real estate, we have customers from retail industries, we have customers recently. A lot of insurance companies are coming to us. There are different industries or verticals, I would say, that are that essentially, that what is it? I mean, it's a conversation
Welcome to
that every
Actualize.
companies
Jessica
are
here.
having,
How
right?
can I help you?
Very
Basically,
interesting.
yeah, basically, a receptionist. Every company has a receptionist, or SDR agent. Most of the SaaS products has an SDR agent. Many SaaS companies need a debt collector. So this is basically more of a use case driven rather than an industry driven. From a GTM strategy, we start with the retail, logistics, and few industries, but ideally the platform is industry agnostic.
Right. The website is pretty neat. How big is the team right now?
14 people.
Okay. And for example, all of these agents, aren't they like quite complex to build each of them? Don't you want to focus like on one specific use case? Why did you expand it so quick into that many use cases?
Very good question, Charles. One, are these complex to build? I say, it's a debatable topic. It is not complex to build because it is a platform that is built to create multiple agents or multiple use cases. Now, how can we improve or scale more? Because even if, let's say, SDR agent, right? Let's say that's a very normal or most hot agent in the market these days. Every company has a different way of doing an SDR sales. Some people, they don't want to call immediately, they want a human to call and then the AI to follow back. Some people want an immediate message to be sent and the call to be scheduled. So that every company has their own strategy of targeting sales and managing the SDR workflows. So even within SDR, there are every company has their own cases. We don't see a lot of technical challenge in onboarding few use cases. We are not going aggressively like having 200 use cases up front, but at least 3-4 use cases that we are getting more. We don't see much of a challenge managing. As I said, we have 14 member team. The platform is very well orchestrated to tailor the requirements with minimal development efforts. It's completely done without coding. So I think it's working all right with this current structure.
Right. And tell me about the pricing because I just signed up. I believe someone's gonna reach out to me. So it's not fully self-serve, right? There's no like free trial. What does the
Yeah.
pricing look like?
Pricing, its number of minutes. The reason I didn't want to onboard again with self-signed is that we have a fully platform ready, as you can see in the videos. I just didn't do it because in the initial set of customers, before I raise fund and grow, do the scaling, I want to be very sure that what are we onboarding them and are we onboarding them for the real use case or not. So we didn't open up for a sign up. The pricing is number of minutes. I don't want to disclose the number because we work with a lot of partners, so we have multiple partners and pricing. But it essentially boils down to a number of minutes, same like telecom. So you buy $200, you get 2,000 minutes, let's say, and then that's it. There is no platform fee, number of seats fee, agent fee, nothing like that. And we do white glove onboarding. This is one of the speciality that we offer in the market, is that we onboard the first agent for them and we make sure that it works very well for their use case. So we understand their use cases, we write the prompt, and we help them onboard to the platform. We do the local integrations with their CRM, SIP, and etc. So we make it work for them in the initial time.
Right. And one thing that's special about your platform as well is you seem to be doing cold calls. I don't see a lot of other companies offering that as a service, right? So how do you actually go with that? Can I just upload a list of mine, upload a script, and then the agent will actually start calling?
Very good question, Charles. So there are companies, sales is I'm from an engineering background. When I started looking into this and when I started speaking with the business owners, I realized that every company has a different way of selling. Some companies has a list, they give us a list and they say that, okay, this is the list you want to call because this list historically showed interest, but we want to re-engage with them. Some companies has, go high level HubSpot and some tools that they have statuses mapped in, and then we go from there and up. Some places they are saying that we will go and update in the Google Sheet, and you can come and check for the new contacts and pick up. We are an API first company. We support tool integration, and we generally advise the people to use some systemic way like HubSpot or Go High Level and etc. But there are company people who say that, okay, we have 10,000 contacts, we want to call, I don't know, 500 calls, 500 people every day, and keep updating the sheet for the next 3 months, and then let's see how much of those people are circling back to us. So there are like different cases we get.
Yeah, because as you probably know, I do cold email with AI on my side, but I
Yeah,
also owned a call center about 5 years ago with more than 200 employees, and I'm still somewhat bullish on AI cold calls, right? Like with the right script, with the right person, if the AI is smart, if it's like Charles, right? Like if it's not like a common boring caller, if I feed it my personality and it's like a value first call, even for this podcast, right? I could cold call people and I could do the podcast live on a call with them. I think that'd be quite amazing, right? But one, the legality of that, and also two, if you could answer the part of, let's say that it cold calls my ICP and it's on a phone call and everything's going well. I wanted to book a call with the real Charles, right? Like,
yeah,
how do we actually do that? Can it
sure.
actually send an email with my
Yeah,
Calendly, or
yeah.
should the agent have access to my Calendly and directly book that person with their email in there?
Sure. So, let me answer the currently part. There are customers, and some of our customers in real estate mainly. We can, if they allow us to access your calendar, we go and check what is your working hours and what are the slots set, and we can tell the customer saying that, okay, Charles is available between 2 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. in Thursday. We want to book a call, and if the customer says yes, we book a calendar invite directly. We send out a calendar invite to them and the customer. That is also possible. In some cases, we send a WhatsApp message saying that here is the Calendly link. Please book a meeting with whatever works for you. So this integration, directly getting a meeting booked, is something doable, and we have done that for our customers. Going back to your question on sales calls, right? I personally, as much as I sell AI and I want to sell more, voice minutes and etc., I generally advise the customers who comes to me saying that AI cannot sell yet. Okay, you want to sell a real estate property of $3 million, and you are asking an AI to go sell it, it will never work. Let's be very transparent and honest here. But you can do qualification. You can ask the question saying that we have received an interest of you in Facebook of our property. What are you looking at? And we say that we have multiple properties in multiple places. Okay, you are interested in one of the properties, let's say in, I don't know, West London somewhere, and then okay, Charles is our point of contact there. Let me send a WhatsApp link to you so that you can book a meeting directly with Charles. Okay, so we qualify the customer. There are like when we run campaigns in our previous companies and etc., we get 200 leads. How much of them are actually the leads, right? People say, I just tried it. I just want to know. I'm not interested. I don't want to pick up my call. So we cannot spend a lot of human efforts in doing that. That qualification is something AI can do, but not sales yet. Maybe in down the line, but yet not yet. I
Yeah,
mean, we can train the AI agent, but I don't generally advise the people to do that.
right. Because I think it was like, what was it? Synthflow. You've probably heard of
Yeah,
Synthflow,
yeah,
right?
that's it.
How
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
compare with them? And also, what's the cost per minute, right? Because I can already generate like probably 15 leads per day with my cold email on my own with my own stack. Like 15 meetings for dirt cheap. I think my cost per lead is like $2, $3, but I'm extremely good at that. So what should I expect to pay with your AI cold calls, and also compare yourself with the Synthflow.
Synthflow and us, we are having, I think, feature parity very similar, but us, we are having more preference, more precedence in Arabic. We have very native speaking Arabic language capabilities available. We are integrated locally, PABX. So Gulf region is a very restricted, TRA operates very differently here. You cannot buy a number like a UAE number like you buy a Twilio number in US. So you need to have local integrations with the local telephony systems like Cisco and Avaya and all of those things. We have done that. So we have a lot of localizations, advantages, and we have more voices. I think feature parity, it is always They will have five extra voices, we will have another five in the next. So it's always up and down, and with most of the players I think everybody is using the base stack same. And going back to the pricing, I don't want to disclose the pricing because we as an engineer, we are more of a very strong engineering company. We are building the products, from a very from a very engineering side. We work with a lot of channel partners, and we work with a lot of distributors for our sales. So we have a different pricing, and when it comes to the direct end user, so I don't want to disclose that outright. But yeah, we work on number of minutes, and it is very competitive, and much it's less than most of the players that you see in the market.
Got it. What's next for you? What's your big priority as a CEO for this quarter?
So this quarter, as I said, I want to get the product landed. Most of the customers, I want to have a lot of happy customers actively using the product, and actively making an impact in their business. Once I get that stabilized, I want to scale. That is something which we are looking for H2. For at this stage, we are looking and fixing all the levers and gears to make the existing customers scale their business and have an impact for them, not just signing up with them. We don't want sign up customers. We want them with an impact. If they are using our platform, it should have some metrics movement to this ecosystem. That's what we are working on.
Last question for you, like how does the Middle East market buy? How are they different than Western buyers, for example? Because I've been prospecting them for a while, got some results on my end, but I think I need to prospect in a different style. Like tell me about how the market is different and how you should prospect the Middle East vs the Western market.
Yeah, so my experience in US market is a very fast tech adoption market. People take decisions pretty quickly there. So generally, in a response to the marketing standards are much successful. When it comes to Middle East, you get a lot of requests and interests and etc. But converting them to get a meeting with the stakeholders and to get convert, it is a bit slower. You cannot predict it. It can go very high and then it can go down and then it can go high again. So it's a bit cyclical. When it comes to UK, we also do a bit of business in UK. UK is a very stable market. It is slow, but it is procedural and organic. So when you meet with like 3-4 meetings, things move organically, progress to the next stage. But there is no surprises every the next day saying that okay, the client is not picking up the phone. It doesn't happen like that. So it is very structured and procedural, but it takes time. It's a long-term game. When it comes to Middle East, it's faster, much faster than UK, I would say, but it is a bit unpredictable. It goes up and down.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Shab, for showing up. Where can people find out more about you?
We do updates in YouTube and LinkedIn. So these are the two places we keep ourselves updated.
So that was Shab and Charles Cormier for